You know you're smart and have great experience. You're working hard. The first one in, the last one to leave. You're being your best version of the boss's right-hand person. So why aren't you getting promoted? Many high-performing leaders don't really know what it takes to advance. They have outdated beliefs about advancement that hold them back. I'm Suzanne L. Nagar, executive coach and founder of Vantage Shift. I empower leaders to transform from reactive to strategic, to lead with confidence and clarity, and to amplify their impact. This video is part two of a three-part series on getting promoted as a corporate leader. In part one, we looked at what you should stop doing to position yourself for promotion. In this video, let's examine four behaviors that you should start doing. I'll talk about why these actions are good for your career and how to adopt them. So let's look at the first one. Start being strategic about the projects that you take on. Your time is valuable. Smart leaders make the most of this precious resource. To be seen as an effective and promotable leader, you'll want to be selective about projects that you volunteer for. High impact opportunities that align strategically with organizational priorities are where you want to invest the bulk of your time and energy. Being intentional about projects you take on also demonstrates good judgment, a key competency for senior leadership. This will help you build a reputation for being a strategic thinker. Saying yes to the right things also means that you don't waste your precious resources on tactical work that either someone else could do or that doesn't demonstrate higher level leadership traits. You'll have the capacity for strategic work that advances your career. Strategic projects increase your visibility with senior leaders. They connect you with the people who make promotion decisions. Strategic projects provide you with the opportunity as well for you to have a seat at the table where decisions are made. So, how can you be strategic about the projects that you take on? Choose projects that senior leadership cares about. Look for projects that have C suite sponsorship and involvement, as well as important stakeholders. So you'll have visibility with the decision makers. This will also help you better understand organizational dynamics at higher levels. Choose projects that also align with your goals and your strengths. This will help you grow your reputation as a strong, effective leader. At the same time, you should also stretch yourself. Growth happens when you're in new territory. Choose projects that build skills that you'll need at the next level. Choose quality over quantity. It's better to lead one high impact project successfully than to participate in 10 that don't elevate your skills or profile. So, the second behavior that you should start doing is start ensuring that your work, whether it's daily or the extra projects you take on, is visible. Visibility is a critical factor in promotion decisions. If decision makers don't know about your contributions, you won't stand out for consideration. When you make your work visible, you control the narrative and help shape how others perceive your contributions. No matter how great your work is, if you're working quietly in the background, others' perceptions of you will be left to chance. Making your work visible shines a light on your team's contributions too. Great leaders highlight their own and their team's work, building loyalty and demonstrating leadership at the same time. When your extra work is visible, it helps you to build your leadership brand. The contributions you're making help you become known for the strengths that matter for promotion. So, how do you make your work visible? Document your contributions in a way that's easy to share. such as project summaries, case studies, and impact reports. Then share those updates proactively. Don't wait for your manager or others to ask. Send regular updates on project progress, milestones reached, and impact created. Connect your work to business outcomes so that you can quantify the impact. Don't just say what you did, illustrate how your work contributed to revenue, efficiency, customer satisfaction, or strategic goals. Use numbers and be specific whenever possible. As an aside, this is great advice for resumes and interviewing too. Step up to be the spokesperson on your important projects. Volunteer to present your team's work at leadership meetings. When senior leaders see you presenting, they're going to more easily picture you as a peer. Build relationships with key stakeholders and senior management. Communicate with them regularly, including adding them to important meetings and distribution of major reports. This will not only keep your work visible, but it will also help you build a network of advocates who know and can vouch for your work. So, the third behavior that you should start doing is start strategically setting boundaries and saying no. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but saying no to work that's not aligned with your strategic priorities shows that you actually exercise good judgment. Anyone can say yes all the time. A skilled, talented leader keeps their own goals as well as organizational goals in mind when they decide where they're going to spend their time. Setting and keeping boundaries helps you avoid burning out. Saying no to projects that aren't really important is part of sustaining your energy and high performance. You can't lead effectively if you're depleted. And when you set boundaries, others end up respecting you more. They respect the work you're doing because they know that you focus on what's essential and you demonstrate that you understand how valuable your time is and that you should use it strategically. Saying no to extra work that's not critical for you or your function can model to your team as well that it's really important to prioritize. So, how do you go about setting strategic boundaries? Create a set of criteria or framework that's based on alignment with your goals, organizational priorities, and capacity that can help you to decide when to say yes. Use it to evaluate requests and accept the ones that are truly aligned with those goals, priorities, and capacity. You can also say no without using that word specifically. If taking on another project will overload you and your team, you can offer alternatives, such as re examining priorities, or maybe recommending someone qualified take the project, someone else, or stating how you contribute in a more specific way, or maybe just to a specific portion of the project. Resist that urge to always jump in by being proactive about your calendar. Make sure you consult it before saying yes. Block time for strategic work and protect that time. Don't allow others to fill your calendars with lots of meetings. Set expectations early. When you start a new project, make sure you clarify scope, timeline, and this is really important, your availability. This clarity serves to prevent scope creep and helps you to navigate conversations about others wanting more of your time or about timelines pushing out. So let's take a look at the fourth behavior I'm recommending that you start doing. Start drawing attention to your accomplishments. Waiting to be recognized is passive, and that's not a quality that's desirable in senior leaders. Leaders who get promoted actively manage their reputation. As a leader, you want to be known for specific strengths and talents. It's part of your brand and who you are. You also want to be associated with that great work that you're doing. It's so easy for someone else, even if they only peripherally worked on your project, to act as though nothing would have happened without them if you're not the one taking credit. Stand up and take that credit. Your team is looking to you for inspiration as well. Sharing your successes, and by extension, the team's, is modeling self advocacy and confidence. Updating senior leaders on what you're accomplishing also keeps you visible. The decision makers will first consider those who are top of mind when opportunities arise. So, how can you draw attention to your accomplishments effectively? Many companies have large team meetings. Share your wins in those meetings. And you can do that in a way that brings attention to your leadership and celebrates your team. Connect the wins to the organization's goals to show that you understand the big picture. Use social media to highlight your accomplishments. Post about your milestones like speaking engagements and important achievements, and about the expertise that you've gained through your experiences at work. Your LinkedIn profile is often one of the first stops when people want to know what you've achieved. Ask others for reviews and recommendations. Prepare for performance reviews and even one on ones strategically. Don't just list what you did, tell the story of your impact and use data and business outcomes. Keep a running list of your accomplishments, impact metrics, and positive feedback so that you're always prepared with a new win to share. Speak up in meetings. Don't wait to be asked for your input. You have insights to share based on your great work. Ensure that others hear them. And if you're uncomfortable doing what you think is bragging, reframe it. For example, here's what we learned from this project, or this is what worked well, leads others to hear what follows as sharing insights. Those insights can include your and your team's accomplishments. Being strategic about projects, making your work visible, setting boundaries and saying no, and drawing attention to your accomplishments are all about operating strategically rather than tactically. These behaviors position you as someone who thinks and operates at the next level, which is how you get promoted. If you're ready to make the shift from where you are to where you want to be, I'd love to help. Book an intro chat at vantageshiftcoaching.com. I'm Suzanne Elnagar, helping you become the talented leader who gets noticed and promoted.